And here we go, Vlogmas Day 2, roll of the dice. Let's see what today's project will be. We have 5. And we have 3. I probably should move that over there, but 3. Believe in Santa. Let's go get that. I'll take you on my journey. I live in a tiny ass house. Apartment. Oh, sorry, it's probably loud in here. But it gets cold. Yes, that's laundry. That's bedding. I have a teeny tiny... Oops, that's not the right one. It's in here. A little dark, sorry. My tiny apartment need to take bedding to get washed and dried in a bigger washer and dryer because I have a tiny one. Let's see here. I believe this is it. Believe in Santa. Today's project, we should be able to... Sorry about that. Turn off the light. We should be able to do a stitch with me. So I will see about getting that set up and getting started on this. So yeah, I'll see you again in a sec. And whoops, sorry, losing my phone. Just about slipped out of my hands. Would have been a rather interesting look if it had. Anyways, yeah, try and get that set up so that we can do this, and we'll see how that goes. I guess if something happens and I can't get the stitch with me set up, then I'll let you down, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'll see you here in a sec, but either way, you will find out here in 1 sec. Hello! Okay, so I'm actually giving this a go, and sorry, this is probably going to bounce for a second. Oops. Yeah, setup is what it is. Teeny tiny ass apartment. This is literally a TV tray. This is what I sit with and do stuff at, because a kitchen table is too big for where I live. As I mentioned, believe in Santa. That was 2 seconds ago. Why I'm showing you again, I have no clue. It is a paper pattern. The pattern is over here. I'm not sure if you can see it. I have it folded up to where only a fraction of the pattern is seen, if it is seen, if it is in view. So, you know, is what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Yeah. So, not really completely sure what to talk about. Sorry, I'm pretty sure I'm out of view at the moment. This is slightly awkward, and again, sorry if I bump things. I think in one of my, just slightly pulling that so that it's not right up against my setup. I think in one of my vlogs I indicated what my rig looks like for this, and if I did, I feel like I did, and you've seen it, then you know how ghetto I am. So this, if you saw previously in one of my vlogs, I messed half of this up and had to pull it out and redo it. Yeah, so I'm going to be talking while doing this. We'll see if I manage to actually accomplish anything, because goodness, who knows. Hold on. Going to take a quick look at the clock. Okay. That way I know when my 25 minutes is up. This will, of course, be a little bit longer than 25 minutes, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, so I was watching a little bit of stuff on YouTube just before this, when I showed you the dice roll. Right after that, I decided I wanted to eat before I got started on this. And these scissors are going to have to move because I am bumping into them. We're going to put them... I don't know if that's in view or not, sorry. I didn't completely pay attention to what you can see on the screen. I just know here is on screen. Yeah, so I was watching a little bit of YouTube. New music video out from Crush, who I believe is a South Korean. And his video featured J-Hope from BTS. Love J-Hope. If you have not seen his performance at Lollapalooza, you should check it out because that guy is very versatile in the things he does and the things he can do. He's just, I know if you're like non-boy band fan, you're like, oh, somebody from BTS. Like, seriously, his music is like just crazy different from boy band. His new album that came out was like, there was a song on there that starts off as rap and then ends sounding kind of Michael Jackson-ish, you know, like a Lisa Marie Presley era, like that sound. Totally sounds like that, and somehow the song fits together. He mixes old school hip-hop with grunge rock in another song. Like, it is crazy the way his brain works. Wish my brain worked like his. And a phenomenal dancer. Phenomenal dancer. If you don't like hip-hop, if you don't like pop music, if you don't like boy bands, you have to give J-Hope credit with the dancing, because there's just nobody out there that has his skill set. But new song featuring J-Hope from Crush. Never heard of Crush before. Loved him. I'm like gonna have to check out some more stuff of his because absolutely loved him. There's of course more controversy. For those of you that don't know, South Korea has been having a lot of issues with military service. Men are required to do military service, all men, at some point before they hit the age of 28, I believe. And, you know, there are exemptions and stuff, of course. And because of this, there's always a lot of controversy over that. I know a lot of people think it's stupid. South Korea is not the size of the States, and they are having a population decline. In fact, they're anticipating that within the next 10 years, women will also be required to do military service. And it's around a year and a half that they have to go in. And it's really hard for them. I mean, it disrupts their lives. So, I mean, I get it. It's really not fair, but South Korea has just barely, you know, separated from North Korea. And North Korea still seems to think that South Korea should be part of them. They have to be able to, you know, let North Korea know that they can fight and they're gonna fight to keep their independence from them no matter what. If you go over into Asia, China has been doing stuff that indicates that they're kind of prepping for takeover of Thailand. They want Thailand because of Thailand is where like 90% of like the little electronic little doohickeys go in like computers and stuff. Like, Thailand's rich. Like, they got the money. And of course China's gonna want to take over them. What you know, communist societies, socialistic societies don't often understand is those societies can get wealthy because the structure allows for them to do, where a communist society doesn't really allow for that. Here recently in South Korea, North Korea's had a food shortage issue, and they wanted North Korea to disarm their nuclear like missiles and stuff like that. And they said that they'd give them food for it. And North Korea, like, laughed at them. And I'm like, of course they laughed at them. Like, no offense to South Korea, but seriously, North Korea is communist there. The people don't come first in a communist society. They don't really come first in a democratic society either. We just kind of pretend that they do. That's just a personal opinion that you can ignore. I don't generally go into politics on this channel, but this is slightly different politics. This is just kind of, I don't know. It's just more interesting to me because it's not the politics of this country. It's just politics as a concept, I suppose. And this is Vlogmas. This is not Vlogmas. This is Vlogtober. So, you know, just giving a little bit. But yeah, well, Crush came out. I found Crush. Crush came out days ago, honestly. Just now got to it. Don't tell anyone I'm behind the times. Okay? It's when it shows up in my news feed. It came out a few days ago. Leave me alone. So, yeah. But because I like K-pop, I'm getting more into just stuff going on in the world, in the Eastern world. So, you know, what was that, 10 minutes or something on that? Let's move on. To what, I don't know. But I'm sure I can figure out something, maybe. I don't know, I'm not... Like, I think the one thing about Stitch with me is that so much better if you are more into politics and are willing to go into more political stuff on your channel. I did it for 10 minutes, forgetting about the fact that I try to avoid it on this channel. And yeah. Sorry about that, but this cannot be refilmed, unfortunately. So we're just gonna apologize for that and move on. Onto a completely different topic. True crime. I actually love true crime. That was something else I was watching today. I have found a channel called Unsolved No More. A guy who used to, and still kind of is, he's not technically in law enforcement. He's done like TV shows and stuff like that. Mike something, I think. Can't remember his name, sorry. The channel's called Unsolved No More. But, yeah, it's been really cool because he is just very, yeah, there's supposed to be a second one over here. I'm skipping stitches here, you'll have to forgive me. I just realized this. The fact that I noticed it now is actually quite impressive because I don't notice things that quickly. But yeah, he's done, of course, things like John Bonet, Ramsey, and you know, some of the more popular ones. He did one, I cannot remember her name, but it's the one where the guy is in SWAT clothing, and it's like 3 in the morning, and he's in the church, and he, of course, ends up killing the woman that's in the church who was there for some sort of class. And it's always been thought that, you know, he had targeted her. this guy actually gave a very different perspective because he's not really familiar with the case. So he just watched the video and without really knowing the case and just gave his initial opinion, and his initial opinion was that it might have actually, that he thought it was like a kid, like a teenager or something like that. And he's all like, yeah, you know, I mean, who runs around in SWAT? I mean, that's not gonna hide you or anything like that. You're gonna be very noticeable, so it's probably like possibly a teenager or a young adult, you know, wanting to you know, probably wanted to be a police officer and has gotten in trouble and, you know, isn't really headed in that direction. And, you know, the fact that he was in a church, he was like, I think he's got a lot of disrespect for the church. He doesn't like the church. Probably went to church, knew that, you know, church usually has some cash around, stuff like that. And it was just a very, very different perspective from what we're used to hearing on the case. The case usually is very much, oh, you know, she was targeted. By who? We don't know. And his thoughts was that, you know, he just had no clue that there was going to be somebody in there, you know, at 3 in the morning. I mean, would you think somebody was going to be in the church at 3 in the morning? I most definitely would not. So it was just, like I said, a very, very different take on the situation and him being in law enforcement. He had been a detective. He'd worked undercover narcotics, undercover drug, you know, chasing down the drug dealers. He'd been that for like 10 years. And then he'd done some TV shows. I guess he did a TV show that was like Hunt for the Zodiac or something like that. And I've got respect for this guy. He's like guy, which is not usually my favorite individual, you know, tough guy. But that being said, he's got a lot of respect for differing opinions and views and stuff like that. He's not the person that comes off as, well, this is what I think, so this is what it's gonna be, you know. Sorry, double checking. And I really thought initially that he was gonna be, you know, that guy. And that guy that, you know, this is my opinion, so this is, you know, this is what's right. Instead, you know, he makes a mistake about something, he's like, man, I was wrong about that. You know, he's very quick to admit to it. I mean, he's more than happy to flex when he's right, but then again, aren't we all? But he admits when he's wrong about something, and if he's not sure about something, he'll tell you. And even his theories on cases and stuff like that, he's like, you know, I could be wrong about this. I could be going in completely the wrong direction with this. And, you know, it's just, I was just really kind of amazed, because most guys I know that are, you know, masculine, manly men also are very much thinking they are the end all of everything under the sun, which just is not the case, not in my opinion. Probably one of the reasons I've enjoyed getting into K-pop and stuff like that. Guys in K-pop are not masculine. They're not necessarily feminine either. They're just not manly men. They're a nice kind of, you know, leeway from that. And you gotta understand, I live in small town America my entire life, and guys who are not manly men kind of struggle a lot, which isn't fair because they're generally better at doing things than the guys who think that they know everything. Yeah, where I used to work was really bad about that. It was filled with, not alpha males, it was filled with men who thought they were alpha males. None of them were alpha males, because nobody listened to them. They just thought they were alpha males and wanted to be alpha males. So, the entire department just was askew. It was a massive mess. Nothing was ever getting done because everything had to go through the chain of command. Are you kidding me? So, like, I was a custodian. Literally would get work orders like 2 or 3 days after they came in. And they'd be completely irrelevant by then. Oh, you know, this stall's out of toilet paper. Well, yeah, it was 3 days ago. I changed it when I went in and cleaned the bathroom. You know? Whereas if I'd gotten that work order when I first came in, I would have went in and added a new roll in right away. Couldn't do that. That's, you know, the way it was. It was ridiculously stupid. But that's the problem with those types of things, and that's another reason why I was kind of, I guess you could say, not really looking forward to. Look at this. I skipped the second half of this stitch. Can you believe that? Of course you can believe that. I'm a dunce. We should all be aware of this by now. What am I doing? Okay. Sorry, reading the pattern. But, you know. So when this guy was very quick to be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm wrong about this, or I could be wrong about this, or whatever the case may be, it was just so refreshing. And I'm like, okay, you know, love me some good true crime for sure. And just very happy to basically have found that, because most people like that. It's so nice to hear the point of view of somebody who was a detective and stuff previously. But again, so many of those guys just think that they're so right about everything, and you're just like, yeah, not so much. Can I get this in? Let's see here. I don't think I can do that. I'm gonna just have to do this. But yeah. So, if you like true crime, interested in hearing, you know, the detective's point of view, you know, at least kind of where he might start with the, this has an extra little loop in it. Okay. Dumb thing. But yeah, you know, detective point of view and just kind of where he would start and basically what his theory would be initially. You know, he's great to listen to. And, you know, you have to be okay with cussing, which I would assume you are if you're watching this, because I'm pretty sure I've done that 2 or 3 times already. But, yeah. Definitely worth a watch, in my opinion. Which might not be worth much of anything, but oh well. I'll give you my opinion anyways. Ha ha ha. It's my channel. So yeah, John Benet Ramsey, just interesting take on that. You know, nobody knows. Everybody's always wondered. Lots of theories out there. He doesn't quite give a theory, but he gives basically where he would start. Don't know if you're going to see this pattern. There. If you can see the pattern, you can only see less of it now because I need to mark this off so I know what I've done. Because yes, I am that bad and completely horrible. Oh my gosh, if you're one of those people that can just kind of read the pattern and know what you've done, major props to you. There's a few patterns out there I can do that with, and I've been doing that with my Lady of the Flag. Because I have pictures of the pattern on my phone, and I just don't have a really good way of, like, on my phone, highlighting it, because it's of course not in like Pattern Keeper or anything like that. But yeah, if you can do that, mad props to you for sure. What symbol do I want to do next, huh? What symbol? I'm actually supposed to stop here in a couple of minutes, so what I will do is get the next color all up and ready to go. I think I'm going to do a funny little symbol, which looks like this one right here. Don't know if you can see it or not, sorry. But it's a circle with an X in it. And it's dark red, 1319, which is right here, 1319. I actually absolutely love the way Dimensions has come up with this. This is so great. I can literally come in here, get into the strand, pull out a single strand, just like you can with floss drops. Now, maybe if I, it's probably easier to do that when you actually have the needle, but I left the needle in here. So, but yeah, just kind of separate the strand, pop this end out of the card, and you can just pull out. And oh, voila, strand. Usually not that hard, but for some odd reason I could just not get a hold of a single strand. Do not know why. And then your strands just stay. Plus they are long. Oh my gosh, thank you Dimensions. I hate short strands unless I'm working with a specialty thread. So yay for that, you know. Need my needle. But yeah, so I don't know if my camera went off at all during this. It does shut itself off after like, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, something like that. So hopefully it didn't do that. I made a little knot. Yes, I'm lazy. If it's just a short distance, I'm going to cut it off and not take the knot out. So, and it did not make it into the trash. It apparently stuck to me. This is me and this is my life. La, 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 la. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll fill it in back here. I don't remember if this is the needle that came with the kit or if I got a different one. Initially I used to prefer the like size 24 needles. Now I prefer the 26s or the 28s. They are just much easier, especially to like thread the floss through the back. I am kind of a tight stitcher. I really should stop doing that. But yeah, I am who I am. What else can you do? So this is where this will be ending up. And that is where I will start the next time that I work on this. Got about one strand done. That's usual, depending upon what I'm doing. Yeah, sometimes 15 to 25 minutes is generally a strand for me. Just like I said, depends on what I'm doing, who knows. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get up so I can turn this off, and I probably bumped it. I apologize. But that will be that for now. Thanks for watching this Vlogmas. There should be a brand new one tomorrow. Whether I will be doing Stitch with me or not, I don't know at this point. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, I'll see you tomorrow. So, bye.